can't see what else I can do to it, really.
No, but I don't think it's going to matter too much because we can just adjust what's put along there.
Well, that's right. I could always run even if I run a sander down here, I don't think I'd get a better finish. Jan, could you pass me that the black? That's it.
She knew what you meant.
Yeah, done it before, haven't you, mate? This stuff is much better than sticks like shit because it doesn't get so bad in the cold. But it's good for doing plastic models because if you put plastic, you can use it as a filler down the joint. But I've got one that comes from Vallejo, which is water based. So when you put you glue them up with this, then you with a water paintbrush, you can just run it around the seam. It just settles in the seam and you can't see it. That's going to go over to my box. I don't think I can do much more to these shelves, do you?
I don't think so. I mean, your biggest problem of all is getting a decent fixing in an MDF.
Well, exactly. We had that discussion more than that. I reckon it's definitely that timber was twisted on that thing section.
Because when you look at the one you got in your hand, that looks pretty flat all the way along compared, and the one at the other end looks flat. That looks like it's got a dip in the middle.
I mean, it could have a dip in it. But what I think is it's not gone square on the timber. The edge of the timber was not. Maybe it wasn't as square.
I think it's because the board is a bit like that.
Yeah, that's as well. Yes, it did get a bit that way. So I cut them a while back and I couldn't use them straight away. So I've got to do the rest of the other two. Now, do I leave that clamp there? Yeah, I might as well. I'll probably get it before I go. Some tall person can reach over and get it before I go.
I'll just run round the edge.
That's it. Right.
One other thing you could do, just thinking forward.
Yes.
We were always worried about what we put in here.
Yeah.
You could actually put a piece of track in there with buffers here. Not electrified or anything, just
a
have it running into the factory or whatever there and hidden. And then just put a couple of wagons on it.
Yeah, like a sort of standing siding really, yeah.
Just, there's another bit of the complex and it's just thinking of what might infill.
That's it. I mean, I've got no idea. I mean, any suggestion you come up with is a good one because I haven't got anything particular. Stick them in that.
Are they the same as that?
They're probably are if they're nice screws, so stick them in there.
You're putting the drills away now?
Yeah, I was going to pack it all away, yeah. Oh, yeah. So what are you doing for Christmas, Jordan, apart from being a nuisance? Apart from being a nuisance, what are you going to do for Christmas? You don't wait up for Santa, surely?
Do you want me to
Oh.
as well?
Yeah.
We're leaving that there.
You leave that, yeah, it's an old one. I've got two more then.
Is there anything in that one?
Yes, don't lose it. Don't lose it.
Cheese one cold, or a fresh one?
Do you've got a big family for Christmas? Have you or not?
Well, it's blasted lockdown. It's going to make things a bit more complicated. As it already is.
Well, I suppose it's that.
Um,
But they've said no one should give up their family Christmas, haven't they? So I don't think it'll be that much of a lockdown. You're going to go to your mum and dad.
it's crazy. More more complications.
That's all, yeah. That's yours, yeah.
You have another.
They're over there. Is this your station over here, Richard, with the lights on?
For the platform?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing I made ages ago for the layout whose name should not be mentioned.
Oh, Curly, man.
Yeah, Burley, yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Look better model railway.
Huh. Yeah, at some point it will fall down and get crushed, but there you go. The coal lorry that was sat on,
Would you like this in here?
Hang on, it's...
good story.
That is repaired.
It is repaired.
It doesn't look pristine anymore.
All it is that bit of
A bow in the middle.
I can well imagine.
Put it in there.
I can well imagine.
I'll put it on the top, I think.
Oh, it's fine. We can take that now. Where's your stuff, Gordon? Sorry, man. You can take that.
Well, if that's all right,
It's yours, I've given it to you. Next time you cut it, can you use that underneath it?
Yeah.
We use a steel rule to hold it. If your mum takes you to someone like Hobbycraft, Hobbycraft, what you want is a steel rule which has got like a little rail on the top. So it's not flat, it's got a little bubble up. So when you hold it and you cut against it, you can't cut your fingers.
Right, Hobbycraft.
Yeah, Hobbycraft, they use to sell them. You only want a 12-inch one, you don't want a big one, because you don't make big models. Well, I've got a 3-foot one, but it's no good to you. But you use it, it saves you actually cutting your fingers off. Because you only got 10 of them, knowing you'll probably end up with 5 left after about a week.
yeah.
Don't worry the poor boy. You don't look worried, Jordan. Are you worried? Good.
No.
There we are.
You'll be alright.
No, I have done some stencil cutting once before, and you just have to know what you're doing.
Exactly.
And yeah, you always cut away from you as well.
Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you actually got
That's the
to
thing.
move in and cut. You've got to be just careful. That's why I say if you cut in a straight edge, you've got a barrier between yourself and the cutting edge and the cutter. You won't cut your fingers. You never splay your fingers out like that. Always push them in like that. So especially if you're cutting meat, you cut against your knuckles. You don't cut
Right.
against your fingers.
Right.
That if you use that side, if you're cutting, you can use your knuckles to guide the knife
Yeah.
because you're into the meat, not cutting into your fingers.
Yes. God, that's pretty crucial, really.
Well, it is, yeah.
It's absolutely crucial.
Not too bad if you're doing mince because nobody knows whose blood it is.
No. Well, same with this stuff. You don't cut right through it.
No.
You score it and then you snap it, which is more tricky when you're doing
Unless you use a crawker.
a crawker. Yeah.
Do you know what that is, Gordon? It's a little hooked type of knife,
Like that.
like that. You see that shaped edge? And you use that to cut plastic against your ruler I just told you about. So you just keep running it down, and it will cut through the plastic, and it won't displace. Because when you use plastic with a knife, it displaces a bit of the plastic as you cut through it, and causes a curve into the edge. But this won't do that. It's good if you're cutting stuff like slaters, you know, the things like slates for the roof. You cut them in twos and then overlay them all the way up. I went down to see Dave at
Dave Ellis.
Dave Ellis. He's got nothing left at all, he said.
No.
So I don't care what it's like. I said, you've got a big load of it. I'll give you 100 quid cash for the whole heap and sort it out as it goes. He said, I haven't got anything left. He said, they've taken it all.
Clear down.
Well, see